Hey everyone, welcome back. For those of you who are new here, my name is Brittany. I'm a health coach and nutritionist, and my channel is all about helping you to create delicious low FODMAP meals to improve your digestive health. If you're into it, go ahead and subscribe. I'll be posting a new video each week. All right, so today we are making a one-pot meal. It's lemon herb, chicken and rice. You can't go wrong with a chicken and rice dish. You really can't. So today we're going to be using about 6 chicken tenderloins, lemon, green onion, parsley, a little garlic oil, a cup of rice, Italian seasoning, sage, and Fody chicken soup base, which I've spoken about many times before. You know I love this stuff. I typically like to use green onion and parsley in this recipe, but you can use any herbs you have lying around. If you have rosemary growing in your backyard, you can totally use that. If you have thyme in your fridge, if you have sage, like whatever, any green herb really, dill, I think all of them go with lemon. Okay, let's get started. We've got our pan on high heat, and we're just going to add a little bit of garlic oil to sear our chicken. About 1.5 tablespoons. Here I have our chicken tenderloins. We've got a little bit of salt and pepper and sage and Italian seasoning on there. I feel that most people have Italian seasoning. Sage might be a little bit more rare. If you don't have any in your cupboard, don't worry about it. I just think it adds a little something extra. Okay, so now we're gonna place the season just side down. Oops. And season the other side. You really don't need to be too precise with this recipe. The only thing you really need to measure is the rice and the water. I am a bit heavy-handed with the seasonings, but that's what gives your food flavor. You can use chicken breasts for this recipe also. You just want to make sure that if you're using a thick chicken breast, you cut it in half so that it cooks a little bit more evenly and prevents it from drying out. I wouldn't recommend using chicken thighs for this because they're so juicy that the juice is going to leak out from the chicken and then affect your ratio of liquid to rice. Okay, so when you start to see this the edge of the chicken getting white, that's when you want to turn it over. We're not cooking these all the way through, we're just cooking the outside. If you notice that your chicken is sticking, then it's probably not done. I placed these a little too close together to really get like a good sear on them, but it'll be fine. This recipe I'm making for 4 people, so I've portioned out 1.5 tenderloins per person. And typically you want to use 1/4 cup of rice per person, so that's why I'm using 1 cup of rice in this recipe. Okay. So our chicken is cooked a little bit on both sides, but it's still raw in the middle. We're just gonna remove it, whoops. We're just gonna take those tenderloins and set them aside. Okay, now we're just going to add a splash of water to deglaze the pan. This is where you wanna loosen all those chicken bits. This is what's going to help flavor your rice. We're gonna let that cook off for a minute or so, just so it doesn't affect the ratio of our rice to water. Now we're going to add a cup of rice. I'm using basmati today. Just gonna coat that really quick in all the juices. Okay, now we're going to add 1 3/4 cups of water. And we're gonna turn the heat down to low. Stir that in. Going to add about 1/2 teaspoon of Fody chicken soup base. Stir that in. along with about a half a cup of parsley and about a quarter cup of green onion. Squeeze in juice of half a lemon. This is a really large lemon. Shout out to Claudine and Charlie, friends of the family, who gave us a bunch of lemons. I'm just squeezing it into my hand first to catch any seeds. Stir that up a little bit. And then put our chicken back in there. Oops. And then place some lemon slices. This is completely optional, but I think it just looks nice. We're gonna put the lid on and then move it to a smaller burner and cook it on low heat for about 25 minutes until the rice is done. All right, after 25 minutes, our rice is nice and fluffy, our chicken is cooked through, so let's go plate this up and have a taste. All right, so let's just plate this up. Throw a little parsley on there, because you guys know I love my garnishes. All right, guys, there we have it. One pot lemon herb chicken and rice in 1 hour. Let's give it a taste. The rice is nice and fluffy. It's got a good lemony flavor, nice and chickeny. Chicken's nice and juicy. And then this lemon, when you serve it on top, it adds such a depth of flavor to the dish. It's not caramelized, but it's close. It's so good. It's like sweet and tangy. I really recommend putting the lemon slices in there. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video and found it helpful, go ahead and give it a like. If you're interested in more low FODMAP recipes, go ahead and subscribe. I'll be coming out with a new video each week. And if you make this recipe, don't forget to tag me on Instagram. I love seeing you guys make my recipes. All right, that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you next week.